An issue has arisen in College Alam Sari and it requires the need to increase the physical class attendance among students in the wake of COVID. Thus, an initiative approach has been taken, which is to improve the student facilities within campus. One of the areas involved is the student lounge. Due to the problem arise, the building owner of College Alam Sari has decided to build a new student lounge to cater the problem. However, her knowledge on construction industry was very limited. She is unable to decide the type of procurement method to be used in the execution of this project. She was also worried that she will fail to manage the contract. As a result, she engaged with a consultant advisory to assist her in the contractual matter. Hello, Ms. Atif. Good morning. I actually require your advice on a project that I'm currently working on. I have a very limited timeline to execute this project. It's probably around 3 months during the semester break. So, are you able to meet me tomorrow to discuss further on this matter?
Sure, Miss Aisha. I will meet you tomorrow in your office. Miss Aisha, looking at the limitation of time and the brief that you had shared with me earlier, I think the best procurement method for this project is design and build. This procurement method will allow you to use the contractor experience during the design stage and extending their strength in managing the construction works.
Design and build is one of the popular procurement methods that is currently being implemented in Malaysia. Design and build is basically where the owner, which act as a client, provide the needs and requirement for a project and awards the project to a contractor to execute the project and be responsible for the design and overall process. The connector will appoint an architect and engineer firm to design the project based on the requirement that was given by the client. That will be very great, Ms. Atif. I hope you are able to assist me through the procurement processes. Okay, to move forward, these are the needs statement required to consider in the design proposal.
Do not worry, Miss Aisha. I will assist you throughout the process. Firstly, I would like to explain to you on the basic structure of procurement method in design and build in order for you to understand on the flow and responsibility thoroughly.
For design and build procurement method, at least 5 parties are involved in one project. First, client. Second, design and build contractor. Third, designer team. Fourth, subcontractor. And last is a supplier. Sometimes, client is not familiar with construction process and do not know how to manage the contract. So, normally they will engage advisory consultant to manage contract and assist them. In terms of contractual relationship, main contract relationship is between client and design and build contractor. Meanwhile, all companies appointed by design and build contractor have no right to communicate directly to client. They must speak through design and build contractor if they have project matters to discuss with client. Client, as project owner, will finance the project and will operate the building. Next, for design and build contractor, he will enter direct contract with the client to prepare design, construction and commissioning of the project for a lump sum fixed cost, fixed time basis. Design and build contractor will appoint their team like designer team such as architect, civil and structural engineer, mechanical and electrical engineer, and quantity surveyor to prepare design and cost consultancy. Design and build contractor also will appoint domestic subcontractor and suppliers for carry out some packages work and supply construction materials for the project.
Next, I shall explain to you on the justification for the procurement method selection, as this is the most essential part that a client should be aware of. I will also explain on the key feature, work sequence, and the tendering process for design and build procurement method. For design and build procurement, client can gain several benefits from this type of procurement. So here, I will give 3 main justifications for this selected procurement. First, quality. Second, time. And third, cost. For the quality, it can enhance good quality and good functionality and aesthetic because contractor is responsible for design, planning and control. It can give activity and can concurrently carry out the activity. So here, the contractor know what kind of quality they will provide to their clients. Second, time. When using the design and build procurement, it is a fast-track procurement and high probability project to be completed yearly because it reduces time in the design phase. Contractor use proprietary modular design, which reduce design time and time required for approval, and then it can reduce change and variation from the original design, and disruption afterward is less likely to occur. So here, it can save time not only during the design process but also during the construction process. Lastly, cost. When using the design and build procurement, it no for value for money because this provides a single point responsibility which is under the contractor, so that the client no need to pay for extra money to appoint their own consultant because the contractor is responsible from the design until the completion. And this project also have a high probability completed within the predetermined cost, and it less effect on inflation that reduce employer financing charge and also low risk on additional cost because design is controlled by the contractor. Key feature of design and build procurement. Because of this is a single point responsibility under the contractor need to design, plan, organize, control and execute the construction process. The him. First, design. The contractor should design the project as per client requirement. It is contractor responsibility to fulfill the client's need and requirement. Second, plan. The contractor should plan the project within the client expected time frame. Third, organize. The contractor should organize material and labor to complete the project. Fourth, control. The contractor should control the expected quality of the project. Third, execute. The contractor should execute and hand over the project according to the agreed time plan and budget.
Construction is a complex industry and made up by several stages before final product can be materialized. They are slightly different on sequence of work by using design and build procurement method. Pre-contract activity is activity or process required before appointment of contractor. For example, establishment of need statement, prepare estimate project cost, and selection and appointment of design and build contractor. Then, we have pre-construction, construction, and post-construction during post-contract activity. By using design and build procurement method, project duration can be reduced compared to conventional procurement method. It is because some activities can be carried out concurrently during pre-construction and construction period. Pre-construction stage is process or activities required to execute start from issuance of letter of award until construction begin. For example, submission of insurance and performance bond by contractor. Then, construction stage is a process which is contractor start physical work at site until completion of work and issuance of CPC. Meanwhile, post-construction stage is activities happen after issuance of CPC until issuance of certificate making good defect and settle final account.
In design and build procurement method, the advantages are having the potential of cost saving. Works can be started immediately with initial drawings, able to reduce overall project delivery time, overlapping of design and construction processes, having earlier cost visibility, and single point of responsibility for both design and construction process. However, the disadvantages of having design and build procurements are also the need to have earlier requirement or project brief. Any changes from original agreed design can be very challenging and expensive. Lack of aesthetic value, as the contractor have potential to propose design proposal which are easy to be built.
There are several processes in tendering, which is a submission proposal, evaluation process, shortlisting, proposal alteration, final evaluation, and lastly, the decision. First, for submission proposal, the contractor need to submit their initial design and project plan. Because the design and build procurement, the contractor need to submit their own design and project plan to the client so that the client know what kind of design the contractor can offer to them. Second, evaluation process. It will be done by the clients, and usually the client will take several considerations, which is appearance design, quality, and time frame. Third, shortlisting. Client will shortlist several potential contractors, and they will conduct the tender interview to know more about the design and project plan that had been offering to them. Fourth, proposal alteration by the contractor, which is the contractor need to revise the design if any, and the contractor need to prepare their cost proposal. Next, final evaluation, which is the client need to do final evaluation for the both design and cost proposal to select the most suitable contractor. By this process, it gives more benefit to the client to use design and build because the contractor can use their expertise in design and costing proposal to come up with better proposal. Lastly, the decision need to made by the client to choose the potential contractor to carry out the work based on their proposal.
Consultant advisory evaluates submission proposal which has been submitted by few tenderers. A number of contractors has been shortlisted for the tender interview process. During the tender interview process between building owner, consultant advisory, contractor, and architect whom appointed under bidding contractor, a negotiation on finalizing design concept, construction cost, and time frame will be established. At this phase, the appointed architect shall explain on the concept design proposal, while the contractor shall explain in details of the costing and the scope involved. Upon the finalization from the tender interview process, a successful and qualified contractor will be chosen, and a letter of award will be issued. Building owner and contractor shall sign the letter of award, and an agreement will be established between both parties. Construction works can start immediately after the submission of insurance and performance bond by the design and build contractor. Upon completion of work on site, a joint inspection will be held between contractor, nominated consultant, and building owner representative. Once client satisfied with the construction works, a certificate practical of completion will be issued. Once certificate of practical completion has been issued, the defects liability period shall begin, and the duration of defects liability period is 12 months. During this period, the building owner shall report any defects that arise. Certificate making good defects will be issued upon 12 months of defects liability period with all defects has been rectified completely and achieved satisfaction from building owner. Upon the issuance of certificate making good defects, contractor responsibility shall be released.